up everyone, this is Prince from the Tresson International College, and today I'm going to talk about one specific point. But before I go there, I would like to let you know that this YouTube channel was made up just for the school activity. So like the video, share it to your friends so that I can get a lot of points. So see you in the video. So as I told you in the intro, I'm going to talk about one specific point, which is going to be 8 habits of Dr. Stephen Covey. And with those 8 habits, I'll be explaining to you guys how I'm going to improve myself with those 8 habits. Just for you to know, this is the second part, which is the finals. Before the finals, we had midterm exams, which I talk about the level of improvement in my 8 habits of Dr. Covey, Dr. Stephen Covey, and I was able to explain and scale myself. So for you, I would like to recap a little bit so you will understand more about what I did. Then you will understand right now what I'll be explaining to you. So there are 8 habits. Which I'm going to explain to you, and then the level of assessment that I did for the midterm exam. The first one is to be proactive. With me, being proactive is 10 over 10. And the second one is beginning with the end in mind. That one is 9 over 10. The next one is put first things first. And that habit, this habit I mean, is 10 over 10 for me. And next one is seek to understand, then be understood. That one is 8 over 10. And next one is think win-win. This for me is 10 over 10. And the next is synergize, which is 5 over 10. I know that's a problem for me though. And next one is sharpen the saw. This is 10 over 10 for me. And lastly, we have find your voice and inspire others to find their voice too. So this is 10 over 10 for me. So that what I did for my midterms, and let's find out for my finals. So let's get into it. Let's start with the beginning, which is the first habit is being proactive. As I told you, I'm a little bit confident. I know myself that I'm very proactive, which the scale here was 10 over 10 for me. So to improve myself for a short term, what I'm going to do is just keep being me, being responsible for what I'm doing. I don't have a lot of stuff at school. I'm a sport player, I play a lot of sports, and I have plans too. So if I'm having bad negative energies in my mind, that is gonna affect all my plans. So I got no choice. I got family, I got friends. So if I don't do that, who's gonna do that for me? For the short term, I just keep myself with the positive mind, knowing that I'm gonna do it. I know I'll do it. And I have also those responsibility that I know that I have to take care of some things that is gonna help me. I have to do the right thing to get what I'm gonna get to. So that was the first point. The second, alright guys. So this is the second part, which is beginning with the end in mind. And I would like to let you know that this is one of the important habits for me, because without any plans, I'm not getting anywhere. I'm a sport person. I'm a football player, and I'm a varsity as a full-time player. I play basketball. I love basketball, and there are a lot of plans that I got in my mind. As a sport player, we have those kind of dreams and goals that we have to achieve. So without any plans, you're not getting anywhere. Meaning, so I've planned a lot of stuff. So I've plans of everything. This is one of my habits. For the short term, I know that I'm still a student, so I know exactly when I started my school, and I know exactly when I'm gonna end my school. So yeah, that's it for the long term. And I'm still practicing about how I'm gonna fix my life and how am I going to be more successful. So that's one of my habits. So I always plan and I know what I'm gonna do. I know exactly what I'm gonna plan. So as a student right now, I'm planning on a business idea which is gonna be more helpful in the future. Hope that it's gonna work, but that's it. So this is for my second habit, which is beginning with the end in mind, which is very very important for me. Alright guys, let's talk about the third point, which is put first things first. For me, this point is very very important, because a lot of people usually touch this and at the end of the day they're not getting anything. So if you're really really good at that habit, it's gonna be very important. So let's talk about me. As I told you, I'm a football player, a sport person. I love sports. So I have those things that I gotta put first. Like for the short term, I have school, and without school I ain't getting anything. So I have to put school first. So that's very important for me in the short term. So there are those little goals that I always practice, which are sometimes I put first, meaning when I wake up in the morning, I already have in mind that once I get off my bed, I have to do this. Once I finish this, I have to do this. Those are the little stuff that I usually do because I know they're going to help me in the future. Let's take an example. I'm a football player. So when I wake up in the morning, I know I got class like 10 a.m. so I have to practice, right? So I wake up in the morning and I know that if I don't practice, if I don't do push-ups, if I don't run in the morning, if I don't go to the gym, I don't eat the gym, I ain't getting any better. So for school, I'll be preparing myself because I know I'll be reviewing my study for now. That's very important, right? But for the future, it's gonna be very, very a problem for me. So those are a lot of stuff that I usually put first. So when I wake up in the morning, I know that I have to do this. This is very important for me. I have to do push-ups today. If I don't do that, I know that I ain't gonna get anything in the future. So that's how I'm usually practicing every day. And it's getting like an habit for me. So about the third point, put first thing first. That's how I do it. So to seek to understand and be understood, it's one of the challenging habits for me, but I'm still practicing on it, and it's gonna be very very helpful and effective on me in the future. For the short term, as I told you, I'm still practicing. As a practice for that, I do every single day when we have group work. I always seek to understand what the person is telling me what to do, which is very important. And when I find a problem, I usually tell that I explain also myself, because I know I left the person express himself, and I know when I talk about my point, will be also interested. So that's it. Let's talk about the next point, which is think win-win. This point is very very important. I know all the points are very important, but this habit is very very important, especially for me. So I know, as I told you, I'm a sport person. I have those dreams, those goals of being one day pro, but I also have school. So in school I'm taking businesses. So with what I'm taking, I got also plans of having businesses, and I'm also working on a business idea, business plan and stuff. So with this point, if you don't have that mindset of thinking win-win, it's gonna be like very challenging thing for you. What I'm trying to say is that, let's talk about me. So if I really focus on doing stuff which are not very important, and I'm not taking seriously like this thing that I'm doing, and I don't balance what I'm doing, it's not gonna work. Let's take another example. Like thinking win-win in my situation is like when as I told you, I'm planning on a business plan. So when I have someone, when I have a partner, when I have something to work on, I know that in these things there is an interest for me, which is very very important. So it's one of my habits. I can do anything because I know that once I get this, you will get that. So I know my part to play and I know what you gotta do. So I'm also an ethical person. I don't do things like that. So when I'm talking about, I think win-win is not a challenging habit for me. Is an habit which is very very effective on me. So as I told you, in business, I have that mindset. For a long term habit, what I'm going to talk to you is that I have that problem of being in the partnership when we're talking about business. I'm not yet to that level because I'm still planning on the business idea, business plan and stuff. So I'm still practicing on that of that habit. So that's it. Alright guys, let's talk about now the next point, which is synergizing. As I told you in earlier, synergizing is one of the challenging point, and the assessment level here is 5/10. Like I said, when we're talking about businesses, that's very very challenging. I don't know how to talk to people. I have that emotional stuff when it comes to something. I don't usually go to people, especially when I'm in the problem. So right now, as I told you, I'm still practicing on that because I got that group works in my class, and sometimes people, sometimes things may not going the way that you wanted, but you still understand and talk to the person. Like my group mate, I go to my group mate and talk to him bro, we should do this, and I force myself to do that, but I ain't that person. This habit's very very challenging with me, but with the help of studying in the group class, group works, it's very very helping me, and I know in the long term it will be very effective on me because I'm planning on a business plan, and I know one day I'll be working for someone, or if I may not work for someone, I'll be having my own businesses, which will be very important for me to collaborate with my employees or with my partner and stuff. So that's how I do it. So the way of improvement, it's still in school. I'm still practicing on that, and as I told you, it's very challenging for me. But I keep going, and I know it's not going to be really a problem because I'm still practicing on that. So that's it. It's a very challenging habit for me, but I'm still working on that. So synergizing is one of the challenging habits for me, but still working on that. The next point is the next habit is sharpen the soul. So as you already know, I'm a student. I got plans, and I'm studying in school. I'm a foreigner in a strange country. My first time to come here, and I'm also a sport person. I play basketball, I play football, I have those dreams, and I'm very serious about it. So how am I going to do that? I know without practice you ain't gonna do anything. Even in business, even in sports, in everything, it's gonna be a little more challenging. So for the short term right now, as I said in the other point, is that I put small things first, like for the other habit. Meaning, I always practice because I know that if I don't practice, I ain't gonna get better. I can't just put myself like online. Let's talk about basketball. I can I can't put myself online like I said I'm a basketball player, but I can't shoot, I can't run, I can't dunk, I can't do anything. That's very impossible. I don't mean really impossible, that's very bad for me. I need to take time to practice. I need to take time to sharpen the soul so that once I get in the field, once I get in on the court, I'll be very powerful. I'll be very, very, very good. So that's the same thing when I'm talking about businesses. I told you I'm still working on the business plan, but I'm still learning. I'm still in school. I'm still working on that plan. I can't just go myself spending money, throw the money, and I don't know what to do with that. So this habit is one of the best habit of me, and I'm a really patient person. So I don't rush myself because I have those. I have those experiences. Like before, I used to do stuff like just throwing myself in it, and the result of that is not a good result. So that's why I'm 10 over 10 on sharpening the saw. Sorry, because I know exactly what it's gonna be if you don't sharpen the saw. You'll be spending money in nothing, and you ain't getting any good result. You'll be wasting your time and stuff. So that's very important for me, and very, very effective habit. So the next one and the last one is that finding your voice and inspire others to find their voice. So for me, I think these habits include all habits. I don't know how to explain it, but for me, I feel that because once you find your voice, it will be easy for you to inspire others to find their voice. What I mean is that you can find your voice. You ain't putting first thing first. You're not proactive. Like sharpening the soul, all the stuff. You're not thinking win-win. So what I mean by that is that discipline is one of the best thing or the best habit. I know I might be out of the line or out of the idea, but this is very important, and I thought that I should be talking about it. For the last point, which is finding your voice, is not challenging. It's just very important. How is that? Is that you have to get better first. Like, let's talk about me. Of course, we're talking about me. I have first to get what I want. I have to know what I'm doing. I have to know that what I'm doing is right, and I have to make sure that what I'm doing is gonna work, because I can't just inspire someone going to do something which I'm not sure about it, which I don't know how to do it. So that's why I said this habit includes all the habits. So I need to practice. I need to know exactly what I'm doing. If things works, then I'll be sure, 100% sure, and I can inspire others. And in other ways, that people don't wait for you to tell them that you have to inspire me. People just watching you doing things, and I know once you're being proactive in work, or you're just thinking win-win in work, or you're sharpening, so people seeing what you're doing, which is very, very important. So if you just keep what you're doing and you practicing, you put seriously in seriosity in what you're doing, that will be a very effective point. But for me, for the short term right now, is that I have already found my voice, but I need to practice on that to make sure that what I'm planning to do, what I'm doing is the right thing to do. I don't just want to be those person to say this guy is a dreamer, this guy thinks a lot of stuff and stuff. I don't want to be like that. I want, when I'm doing my stuff and I'm being successful and stuff are working well, then I'll be inspiring person. I'll be inspiring people, like teaching some others how to do it, and maybe being a coach and stuff like that. So that's my point. So that's it. and I hope I was loud and clear, and I was more specific about my point about all the 8 habits that I explained to you. So thank you so much for your time. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share it to your friend. Ciao.